Now let us meet our Ms. Award winner.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Karen Kollias.
Number 2.
My name is Karen Kollias.
Number 3.
My name is Karen Kollias.
And here is the story of Karen Kollias. She says, I, Karen Kollias, am the co-founder of a rape crisis center. For generations, rape was a subject of such humiliation that victims suffered alone and in silence. Today, American women are beginning to deal realistically with this and other vital subjects. From the Rape Crisis Center, a woman can receive information on medical, legal, or psychological problems. She can be directed to a hospital or police station, and a member of the center will accompany her if she desires. We also provide a model structure for similar centers, which are being organized all over the country. The some 200 to 300 calls we receive each month are all answered by women who are highly empathetic. Their support is no accident. Most of them are rape victims themselves. Signed, Karen Kollias. And I think we'll start this with Bill Cullen, please.
Number 3, do I understand correctly that actually a woman who has been raped, as a rule, many times, a high percentage of times, they do not report the rape to the authorities?
This is correct, yes.
Now, stay with you, number 3, because naturally I don't know which one it is. Why is it that they are reluctant to report it? I think I know, but just for the record.
Well, the main reason is that even if they are able to identify the assailant, almost never is he convicted.
Number 1, another reason, have I not understood that frequently a woman reporting rape actually gets into, not into trouble, but it's made difficult for her by the authorities to whom she makes the report?
Yes, that's true. There are 2 things involved. Mostly it's when she tries to convict the rapist. It's quite embarrassing for the woman. She's asked many embarrassing questions.
Number 2, are there cases of women who have reported rape and actually been made fun of, to put it that bluntly, by the people to whom they made the reports?
Yeah, very much so. That's a very common occurrence, especially when she has to testify herself in front of an open hearing.
Now, to go back to number 1, just for a minute.
Sorry, Bill, we'll go with Peggy.
Well, I have to disqualify myself.
You have some knowledge for the young lady?
Yes.
Okay, fine. We'll find out where and how Peggy meant it. It counts for a wrong vote automatically. And we'll go to Orson, please.
Number 2, I find it hard to believe, maybe out of ignorance, that if it's obvious that a man has raped a woman, it would be difficult to get a conviction. Do you agree with 3 that that's true?
Yeah, I agree.
Why? Why is that?
Well, first of all, there's a whole lot of different things that go into what it takes to convict a man of raping a woman, and a lot of it is put on the woman to prove, and you have to deal with the police and the hospitals and the courts.
Number 1, is it the question of whether there was a certain amount of seduction on the part of the woman involved, or is it just, what is it?
Well, usually the common belief is that no woman is forcibly raped.
What's your opinion on that?
Most women are, either by force or coercion.
You mean most women who are raped are forcibly raped?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Number 3, isn't it obvious, though, with certainly literature like Faulkner and things like that are filled with incidences where guys are unjustly convicted of rape, and isn't there a realistic chance that this can happen? And does that not account for some of the hesitance, maybe?
There is a chance, right. Legally, this is the hesitancy, I suppose, but from the woman's standpoint, this is very rare.
Yeah.
Most women that report a rape have really been raped.
Number 2, doesn't...
And finally, to Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. Number 2, has the law been changed to require a witness to a rape?
That's true in New York, and I don't know about witnesses in any other places.
It is true in New York. Well, number 1, how often are women raped with witnesses standing around?
Very infrequently.
So it's very hard to get a conviction,
Yes,
then.
exactly.
Number 3, does a certain amount of guilt play a part, unreasoning, I'll grant you, but a certain amount of guilt on the part of the lady that's been raped play a part in her reluctance to report it?
This is true, and this is what we're trying to deal with in our Rape Crisis Center.
Well, I've never understood why she feels guilty if she's been forced.
She feels guilty because of the way she's been reared, because of the attitudes of society.
I see. Number two, how have you been able to change the attitude in the courts vis-à-vis the woman?
The attitudes in the courts are really hard to change, but we are trying to, first of all, make women feel more stronger about themselves so that they don't feel guilty about it, and then when society changes, then maybe the attitudes in the courts will.
Thank you. Number one, what is your proportion of convictions for the men?
I couldn't even tell you, probably below 1%.
Oh, my God.
A lot of unhappy facts, or perhaps non-facts, came out of the questioning. In any event, we must now mark our ballots, and we try to just choose. Is it number 1, or number 2, or number 3? And Bill Cullen, you have to make the first surmise, my friend.
Yeah, difficult. The answer's all good. Number 3, in answering the questions, sounded to me like she had answered those questions before. You know, some people have just the right selection of words, and for that reason, and only that reason, I voted for number 3.
All right, and so we got a 3, Sean. Peggy is a disqualification and therefore automatically counts as a wrong vote. Orson Bean is up.
I'm not suggesting that there should be equal time for rapists, but I just feel that the whole story has not come out. I don't know what the whole story is, but it doesn't hold water entirely. However, I voted for number 3.
Witnesses.
We've got a pair of 3s, and Kitty.
I don't wish to discuss that with you. I voted for number 3 because I feel that she has also a more practiced vocabulary, and also she looks like the kind of girl that would get out there and back up what she feels.
All right, so that's the way the votes went here, and so will the real Karen Kollias please stand up? Very nice going. And $500 goes to the group over there. Congratulations. Peg, why did you disqualify yourself?
I'm going to kill myself.
Why? You mean you thought it was...
I started on the Channel 7 News. I thought it was 3.
Oh, for crying
The
out
good guys are bad guys today. Well, I thought it was you. Are you sure you weren't on the Channel 7? Positive?
I think it's the kind of...
Were you on it?
Yeah, my hair was longer though, and there was also somebody else with dark hair.
Well, in a way, I was right.
I think it's the kind of thing, Peg, that she would remember if she
But
were
the thing
on.
is, I think it's so dumb to ask for a witness to a rape. People don't rape you if there's witnesses around.
Unless it's the guy
Has
that's
that-
waiting to...
No.
The friend.
Let's find out about number 1. What is your real name, please?
My name is India Van Voorhees, and I'm an administrative assistant with Doubleday and Company.
That's a great name. Are you any relation to Westbrook Van Voorhees?
Distant cousin.
Distant cousin?
Yeah.
He was a fine voice of radio. Number 3, triumphant. What is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Sharon Connors, and I'm a housewife in New York City.
Karen, how does a center like this get its funding? I should think it would be difficult.
Yeah, well, it is. And what we do is we basically get our funding through speaking and through private donations. And if anybody would like to make a donation, they can make their checks out to the Rape Crisis Center, Post Office Box, Washington, D.C., 20009.
There's one in New York.
Uh-huh.
No, it's D.C. Oh, there's one that's going to be
Well,
starting.
now, isn't a part of the service really is for the people who are with the crisis center, having gone through the same experience, help the women to get rid of any sense of shame that they might have.
Right.
In other words, it's the psychological help more than the legal help. Really,
Well, it's all of them. We don't place one above the other, but we do turn out a fine bunch of strong women.
Yeah, because I should think, to win a legal point is one thing, but to get over the psychological sense of having been violated, I should think be far more important. It's a fine idea, Karen. Thank you very much, and thank you, ladies and gals, also for being with us.